All right. So what I want to do is make sure everybody understands what to do as far as the eBinder. So let me go back and let you see this section. All right. So for the eBinder, when you go into the task page, this is what you're going to do for the instructional practice debrief. Is it right clear there? The instructional practice debrief is more so your reflection, which is also be very similar to what we do for our TRFs and our tutorial reflections. So the way you get to this is that it's going to be in the eBinder template. And remember, these videos are not available to you on your school laptops because they block YouTube. However, you can watch them on your own devices, and you all have my business cards now, so you can also go to my YouTube channel to see it right there, okay? So they're accessible to you. So I'm recording this one right now, but we already have videos on Planner and adding pages, and we also have videos on how to change the name of materials. Now, instructional practice debrief, it says right here, use this for, and I made it really big, right? When you click on that, this is what's going to come up. This is called what, so what, and now what. Is it right clear there? This is the activity really much based off of study without reflection is a waste of time. Reflection without studying is dangerous, coming from Confucius. Everybody follow me so far? So yes, I'm glad you got the whole planner done. I'm glad you showed me your essential questions. I'm glad you showed me your focus notes. I'm glad you gave me a learning artifact. You obviously are studying, right? So what's going on with it? And it's really kind of going to the idea that you're not working just for the sake of working. You're working with an end goal. Yes, you want an A, but guess what? You can learn a lot if you get a C in the class. Y'all follow me on that? And you have to be okay with that if you're able to reflect on it. So now, this whole part, the beginning part right here, basically where I have this down to where it says questions to ask yourself, is just telling you what reflection is. And again, reflection is taking that time to understand what did you gain from your learning. If you understand that, give me a yes. All right. So now, this is what you're going to do. In this section of the eBinder, as far as instructional practice debrief, you're going to ask either the what section, the so what section, or the now what section. And I'm going to break this down for you. The now what section is that you got it. Is everybody clear there? Particularly when you start doing TRs and tutorials. Some of you may now go into the tutorial like, I got it now. You need to be answering this now what section. So you got it. What are you going to do next? If you understand that, say yes. And what you have here is 2, 4, 6, 8 different question stems that you can pick from and answer your question. Your question should be answered between, again, 5 to 7 sentences. If you understand that, give me one snap. Okay. How long again? 5 to 7 sentences. Here's one question. Is it important to me to stay involved in the community? Now, we're not talking about community here, right? We got to rephrase it. Is it important for me to stay involved in the learning of quadratic equations? You follow me on that? Is it important for me to stay involved in the understanding of OMAC America? You follow me on that? You have to then rephrase that to based on what you do in your TRF tutorial, or in this case, your eBinder topic on. Is everybody got me on that? You're not going to say, is it important for me to involved in algebra 2? Algebra 2 is very broad. I want to be very specific, and I want you to be able to answer that question. Here's another one. Will I continue to do this? Meaning, will you continue to do this review? Will you continue to do whatever you did to get you to the point you understand it? If you're good there, give me one snap. Okay. Now, the next option you're going to have is, so what? So what? I got it. So what? Who cares, right? What are you going to do with it? So here's a question right here you can ask. What are the relations between my community service experience and my other life experiences? So what is the relationship between the quadratic formula and physics? Do I got me on that? I'm giving examples off the top of my head, right? So again, you can see this is a higher level thinking, right? Is this 100% opinion based? I'm asking, is this 100% opinion based? Yes, it is your reading, it's your writing. So based on what you did here in the top half, you're now going to go back to the instructional practice debrief, and then you're going to do this what, so what? What am I learning about others and myself? So what am I learning about myself while doing chemistry experiments? You tell me what the chemistry experiment is. Somebody give me what they did one of their binder pages. Give me something atop it. Yes. Cell transport. Huh? Cell transport. All right. So cell transport. So you say you got it. In what ways did being? That's not a good one. So what did I do that was effective in understanding cell transport? Y'all follow me on that? Does everybody hear me on that? What I'm saying is this, and make sure you clearly understand what I'm saying. These question stems that I'm giving you here, you have to modify it and use it as a skeleton. So you know how, anybody here cook? Do you ever cook? Okay, some of y'all need to start doing better cooking, all right? Buying out is expensive. But that's what I'm saying. You get, say you cooking out of a box. Does everybody got me on that? The box gives you a recipe, right? But anybody that cooks knows that box is a very basic recipe. You got to add stuff to it, right? This is your basic box recipe. You need to add to it based on what you're doing. And you can pick any of these. So here's another one. What role did I play at the site? What role did I play in understanding? Give me somebody else's a different one. Anybody, give me a different one. Different one you did for your binder. Huh? Huh? All right. So what did I observe while trying to understand the ethics of engineering? Did I give me on that? Again, I'm not saying, but again, y'all see why I did not get it to you the first one, right? Next time you got to do it. But this is that thinking where I can really make sure you really going further, which is getting y'all prepared for when we do tutorials. Because you got to ask the person the higher level thinking to make sure they really understand it. Questions on this? Do you have to use all these question stems? No. No. You pick which one works best for you based on what you just did in your eBinder for this instructional practice debrief. And do y'all see how y'all debriefing it now? Yeah. You did all this work. Now you're telling me what's going on, which is the most important part. Is there a follow there? Does that make sense to everyone? Any questions at all? So please ask those questions. This is a time I can do it.
Instructional debrief practice is the most important part.
Instructional debrief for me now, because at least it's the ending, right? So it's like the conclusion. You gave me, I'm just finish this thought. I'm sorry. You gave me the essential question. Okay, I know where you're going. I see your note taking. So you took some really bomb, either Cornell, mind map, or outline notes. We feel good that's cool. Maybe you use Canva. I'm really happy I see color. Then you show me what you actually been working on. You showed me the artifact, right? Okay, I got it. But now you're telling me what you actually did, which is why that debrief is so important. Does that make sense to everybody? And keep in mind, that's going to directly translate. If you know your TRF, it's not going to translate to your TRF. I'm actually giving you a section of TRF to write already. Y'all follow me on that? And if you know TRF, you know exactly what I'm talking about, what section I'm doing. You're doing it here. What was you about to say now? Yeah, so on the first submission of your portfolio, you're not required to do the instructional debrief because I want to make sure you got everything else tight. The second one, I want it. So now, if you got everything done in your binder, still leave it. You're good, relax, chill. Next week, I need to see the whole thing completed. And next week, moving forward. Is everybody clear there? I'm going to say no, only because I want you to just kind of breathe. Okay? So if you got everything complete, I do not want you to do it right now. Just kind of breathe. We do it on the second submission of the eBinder. You understand that? Give me one big loud clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.